What are some of those check boxes men are looking for in today's society with modern women?
In today's society with modern women, the most important thing you can possibly find is loyalty, because most are not loyal. And when I say loyal, I don't mean not cheat. I mean actually stick with your man through something. And I also mean, and man, it's getting late. But I also mean stick with your man.
I think the ladies want to hear it, man. Ladies, do you want to hear it?
Of course.
No, okay. So even if your man hits the club and he messes around with some other chick or whatever, he's your man. You can't leave the man you love.
Absolutely not.
You cannot leave the man you love. If you're in love with a man and he's your man and he takes care of you and you truly love him, you can't be leaving him for any reason, especially not some little bit of pussy on the side who gives a fuck. That's not even big enough reason. It's not important. True loyalty from a female is the fact that if he provides for you and he protects you, and you feel like you're in love with him, you basically should have no reason to ever leave that man. You shouldn't be sleeping with a bunch of men anyway. You should find a man you love and you should be with him forever. You have no reason to be sleeping with man after man after man. That's bad for you. It's no good for you. It's no good for your state of mind. So loyalty is the most important thing. That's the first thing that a man's looking for. And the second thing is looking for obedience and subservience. Most men live difficult lives. If your man doesn't live a difficult life, you shouldn't be with him. If you're with a man who does not live a difficult life, then he's not a man of value and you shouldn't be with him. If your man's just playing video games, smoking weeds, why are you there? Right? But if you're a man who's actually living a difficult life out there trying to get rich, trying to do all this, you don't have any idea the levels of stress he's already under. He does not need more at home. He wants peace and quiet at home. So you need to find a man who's already going through enough difficulty that you can reward him with the peace and quiet he requires at home. You need to be loyal to him. I'm not saying let him abuse your loyalty, but you need to say to him and say, look, I'm never, ever, ever going to leave you unless you push me to a point where I really feel like I have to leave. Make him understand that you're so loyal that you're near impossible to replace, especially in this culture where every other girl he's going to get with is just going to run out there and be a hoe. If you can be loyal to him and you can give him some peace and quiet and show some subservience, if you can show him some respect in his household, men like to feel respected. We work extremely hard to feel respected. We go out here and work and make money to try and feel respected. There's CEOs who've given up their lives to work some shit job just so they get to wear a suit in a particular office to feel respected. Men who get in the cage 87 times to feel respected. Men who go to war and go risk getting shot at with machine guns to feel respected. You think we're going to go through all this crap to feel respected and come home and be disrespected in our own house? No. Make him feel respected. Be loyal to him. Show some subservience. And boom. That's all we're looking for. Okay. Nice and easy.
What would the kind of man that you want, what would he want from a woman, from a wife?
From a wife, what I value just at the end of the day is just like pure connection. Like, do I love? It's just love. There's nothing else. Like, do I want this person? Like, look up to this person. Do I feel like this person is a good person? Do we share the same values, the same morals? Like, is there laughter, joy, excitement in our relationship?
What does he want from a wife, ma'am? And you gave me...
Oh, what does he want from, like, just a wife? Like, maybe just a good housewife, a woman that cooks for him.
Okay, ma'am. So let me ask you a question. Were your mother and father married?
No.
All right. Then you were not raised to be a housewife.
No, I don't think I was. Definitely was not raised to be the housewife, that's for sure. But I can't give up on that hope and that dream that I'll find the right person.
You weren't raised to be a housewife. And you just said the kind of man that you would want, what he would want is a good housewife. Then he wouldn't want you because you're not one.
Ladies, men want women who are fit, feminine, friendly, cooperative, submissive, childless.
Now, that brings up a question, which is what gives women status? And that's a really hard question. Because first of all, we know that economic viability is not one of those things. So male economic viability and sexual success are correlated insanely highly. It's like 0.6, 0.7, crazily high. One of the most powerful single variable relationships that you can find in all of the social sciences. Far higher than the relationship between intelligence and life success, for example. But the correlation between female economic viability and sexual attractiveness is lower than zero. So it's actually slightly negative. So it's a massive sexual dimorphism. So then you ask, well, what gives female status? And well, one of the answers is obviously associated with beauty and reproductive capacity and sexual attractiveness. Those things all tangle together extraordinarily tightly. But that's not the only thing, I don't think. And so this, I think, is really worth thinking about. So imagine that you have an attractive girl and a variety of relatively high status men are chasing her. Now, you might ask, well, how do they evaluate her status? And I think they evaluate her status by her ability to say no. So imagine, a high status person offers himself or herself to you, And if you're of lower status, you're going to say yes right away. But one marker of higher status is, well, no, I don't need what you're selling. Yeah, but what I'm selling is great. Yeah, but I have so many offers that I'm not inclined to take your offer because I have options. And it's no on the part of women that signal. I really believe this is the case. It's voluntary no on the part of women that signals their status. And so I don't think young women know this at all because they want to know how to compete with men, let's say, in the power game. And that's a tough question because women are smaller and they're not as physically powerful. And economic prowess isn't as attractive to them, and it doesn't make them more viable on the mating market. So the whole game that women are playing is way different than the game men is playing. So you might say, well, how do women equalize the battle? And I think a huge part of that is by reserving to themselves the right to say no. And
Ladies, men want women who are fit, feminine, friendly, cooperative, submissive, childless,